Alright, so I'm getting back to the premise of this video. So what I meant to say with this is that when I was a very young person, like a child, I could see a lot. I could see a lot of cues in people, like people's face and their body language. Like I think most people can, and most children can. There's not anything outstandingly significant about being able to perceive cues in people as a child or as an adult. If that's a person's like strong suit. Some people may be more that might be more natural to a person or not, and it doesn't mean that person is better or not. It just means that to you that might be more natural. But as soon as I could see what was on a person's expression, I could also feel their energy, and sometimes there'd be a contradiction. Even I can remember as a child, there'd be a distinction between the energy that I can feel in a person and what I can see is their real attitude towards me and towards themselves. I could see both that as a child, and then but I was still yet outgoing because I would more so resonate with the energy, even past what I could see on their face, and I would be very outgoing and engage people, extroverted as a child. And then I had very trying experiences as a child that I still have to the present day. I made a video about maybe 2 weeks ago saying that I'll experience strife and flack in any social environment, professional or otherwise, and that yet again happened today because I was at a training for transportation, and I was actually getting mocked by like 30-year veterans of like law enforcement that have like skill in conveying transportation skills. I was actually getting mocked by them, and I was having flack, and I was like an odd man out in a very small. You have an intimate training cohort of like maybe all of like 5 or 6 people and like 2 outstanding veteran seasoned veteran experts teaching a class, and I'll yet get flack there. But my point is that I could always see so I went from being extroverted to having very challenging experiences that made me go within and become introverted and get a little bit of strength from that and also try to come through that. And then I had some experiences that would commended me and inspired me to become verbal and outgoing again. So now that I'm an adult man, I'm getting a little bit closer to who I was as a child, and I more so engage people and express myself because I think it's healthy to express what comes into your mind. And a lot of what comes into your mind might actually be the coolest thing and the real interaction between you and another person. Because like I said in this same series, that I think we're always actually talking. So we're either we're biting our tongue, we're holding our tongue, or we're expressing our tongue, but our tongue is still corresponding to our thoughts. And I think the healthiest thing for me is to express and enunciate what's coming into my mind, because some of the things that I would have to think about people and say to people as it's humorous and tactful is actually the type of things that come into my head are the things that would endear me to another person, because that's who I am. So when I'm expressing myself, I'm being who I am. If I just get into my feelings or into my thoughts, and I get shut up around people for the sake of being shut up, it can make it hard to go back and enunciate, because a lot of things you can't turn it on and off that simple. So you can be expressive and you can enunciate yourself, or you can shut the hell up and hold your peace. And there's probably, so you can be a big mouth or you can shut the hell up. But either way, it's going to cost you different opportunities and also different challenges, and it may serve you or not serve you. So it's so speak now or forever hold your peace. So a lot of people that don't enjoy talking or think that it's cool to talk, if someone simply came up to you and said, speak now or forever hold your peace, which one would it be? Would you rather express yourself as you think things and as you feel things and as you are things, or would you rather hold it to yourself and would you rather hold it to yourself and keep it to yourself that whole time? There could be value in either one of those, and there could be opportunities that walk right in and out of a room in front of you by either one of those. So I'm not saying one's better than the other, but which one really is it? If we really are, so are we really that quiet, or are we really that expressive? Which one is it? Because I think a lot of people want to have it both ways. You want to be quiet and not talk, but you also want to be able to talk and be able to express yourself and have weight. Or you want to express yourself and be mysterious. I'm not saying you can't be both of those to anyone, but are you really something? So whatever we are, we're gonna become more and more of what we are, more and more of what we practice. So if we practice shutting the hell up, then we're getting better at shutting the hell up, and it might be difficult to express ourselves. If we get better at expressing ourselves, that is running our mouth, we might get better at running our mouth and be more inclined and won't. That means like have the habit of running our mouth, and that can serve us or not serve us. But which one had it been? Which one would you rather really have if you had to choose? Because like I said, it's difficult for a lot of us to make a choice and be one thing. But for me, it's being expressive is better like that. And it's more of who I am. But I had to come through a process of being born one way, expressive, seeing a lot of falseness in people, family, friends, community, kids in the neighborhood, a lot of falseness, but also engage people's energy and still and then come through a season of being going in and being reserved. And then some people at different times in my life, I was also guarded when I was like that, because there were times where I actually wasn't inclined to engage people verbally unless I had to. But then to come back to being expressive again, but also have some tact from having experienced both and seeing, because we always do need tact, like because things are about skill, because life is real and you have real interests at play, real consequences at play, real forces at play. Therefore, skill is necessary. So you have the skill to express yourself. The more you practice expressing yourself and get smoother at relating and expressing yourself. But there's also a danger in anything. So there's a danger in not talking, because you can lose some of your facility to talk, and then were you to get in a situation where you needed to express yourself, there's a thing called crucial conversations. So however cool you are, however quiet you are, however loud you are, sometimes you will have these conversations transpire between you and another person where real things are at stake, and real interests are at stake, and real feelings are at stake. And so that can be in a professional setting, a family setting, and these conversations, there's a book called Crucial Conversations that talk about that, and it'll be upon you. And so if you're in the habit of not expressing yourself and not practicing expressing yourself, that might be difficult to handle a crucial conversation when you're handed one, and you are handed it when you're handed it. If you express yourself, but you also have congruence in how you're living and what you're thinking about and what you're spending time ingesting and in studying and living, when you have a crucial conversation, you might have a footing to get through it, and it can be a win, because if you actually meet a crucial conversation when it transpires eloquently on, so you can do all cool things in practice, but can you do it when the clock is on, when it's game time, when it counts? Is significant. Also, expressing yourself when it counts, how it counts, where it counts, when it counts. If you're in the habit of expressing yourself, and maybe also like learning, but expressing yourself when you're called upon to express yourself, both for yourself and others, there's actually almost nothing more beautiful than when someone speaks truth to power as it concerns us, whether we have the opportunity to do that or someone does it on our behalf. When someone speaks truth to power as it concerns us, that is a enlightening, redeeming, and beautiful experience par excellence. If it's formidable and it's with faith, compassion, and strength, or good faith, compassion, and strength, but it may not be able to pull it off if we're not practicing expressing ourselves humorously, but also in serious things. But that was a little bit. But all I meant to say is that so I could always see falseness, but I could also feel people's energy, and I would engage people's energy past the falseness, and I actually paid for that a lot, and I still pay for that. But one of the things that comes with that is that you can engage people differently and have strong outcomes with people. Like, so today I had a business owner, and she gave me and my brother some free pop today, and that's some real pop. It's not like what you get in these convenience stores. It's like some real pop that tastes delicious, and is I'm not trying to tell people to drink pop, but it's cool. And she gave that to us for free based on the rapport that I was building with her, speaking with her, and some of the people that were in there, just saying exactly what came to my mind, but with respect and inspiration. And that's a lot of what I'm doing with this channel. Nothing more, nothing less. But also, what I wanted to say is that part of me coming through that challenge to get back expressive is that I was around it. I did experience different things that made me go within. And then in that I learned how to ride that, and part of riding it is actually to come up with theories like so why does the ceiling look like that? Why to ask questions and ponder things and actually enjoy creating my own meaning to what it is to exist. That's as valid as any scientific book or anything. And that's a pet theory, and that's what I wanted to offer with the next